In this video, we're going to be looking at the sum of arithmetic or linear number pattern. Without wasting time, let's get to it. Given an arithmetic sequence where T2 is 7 and the difference is 3, determine how many terms. So we want how many terms must be added together to give the sum of that. Ne? Perfect. The most important thing that I advise you to do, ladies and gents, is to always list what you are given. So I'm given that the difference is 3. I'm also given that the SN is 2, 1, 4, 6. I'm given term number 2 to be 7. I'm also asked to find how many terms must be added. So I'm asked to solve for n. And then since they say these terms must be added to give the sum, I know that I'm doing a sum question. So I need to write down the sum formula. So I know that I'm going to use this formula. Sn equals to n over 2 in bracket 2a plus d in bracket n minus 1, close bracket, close the last bracket. Why the reason I chose this one is because they said the pattern is arithmetic. Sometimes they'll say linear. Arithmetic and linear just means the same thing. So on this pattern here, we are sorted with the Sn, it's given. We have the difference. We don't have n, we don't have a. So we need to find the n and the a, right? Perfect. But obviously, since the question is asking you to solve for n, it's quite obvious that you are going to find n at the last or at the end. You have to find a first, right? Okay, perfect. So there's another formula that I know for a linear pattern, which is the formula of the nth term. Tn equals to a plus d n minus 1. Right. Perfect. And then, ladies and gents, I'm going to substitute what I have. I'm given that when the position is 2, the value is 7. So I know that, okay, the value is going to be 7 when this happens, right? When the n is 2. So the n is 2, the value is 7. So minus 1. Then this will give me 7 equals to a plus, remember our d is positive 3. So I can replace this with positive 3. Then here I have 2 minus 1, which is 1. And then I'm going to have 7 equals to a plus 3. And then I move the 3 that side. So I'm going to have 7 minus 3 equals to a. Then I have 4 equals to a. Right. Now that I found my value of a, I am getting excited. I'm like, okay, now I can easily get the value of n using this formula. Let's substitute everything that we have there. We have the Sn value as 2146 equals to, we have the n value that we're looking for. So I'll just leave it like that, over 2. And then we have 2 in bracket. We found that a is 4. The difference was given as 3. Then we have n minus 1. There, right? Perfect. And then now, when I have a fraction, I always want to start by removing it. So because I'm dividing by 2 this side, remember, it means it must multiply that side. It does the opposite. Ne? So it's going to be 2146 multiplied by 2, which is equals to, and this 2 is no longer there because it multiplied there. You do the opposite of what is doing this side. Then here you're going to have 8 plus, here you multiply in the bracket, so you're going to have 3n minus 3. Right. Then let's see what is 2146 times 2. This is basically 4292. Then that gives us n in bracket 3n plus 5. Because it's going to be 8 minus 3, because they are like terms, they have to subtract each other. No? We add like terms in this case. Awesome. And then here I can see that, okay, here I need to FOIL. So I'm going to have 3n squared plus 5n minus 4292. So I move this guy that side. So this side I'm left with 0. Okay, at this point, I can see that now I have a quadratic formula. And if I have a quadratic formula, I can solve using this formula. But because it's n, I'm not going to write x here as we usually do. I'm going to write the letter I'm looking for. I'm looking for n. So I'm going to say, okay, n, it's negative b, which is positive 5. Then it's plus minus inside the big square root. It's b squared, which is 5, minus 4. My a is 3. And then my c is negative 4292. And then that will be all over 2. And then my a is 3. Now let's punch that on our calculator and see what it gives us. Okay, so remember it's going to give you two answers. So negative 5, I'm going to start with plus inside the square root, in bracket 5 squared, close bracket, minus 4 in bracket 3, close bracket, open, minus 4292, close bracket, over 2 in bracket 3. And then this gives me 37. And then the other one, let's see if I put a negative there. You're going to get negative 116 over 3. Therefore, this one, it cannot be true. Remember, in number pattern, n is a natural number. And you can show that here. N is elements of natural numbers. So n must always be between 1 to infinity, and it must be whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It can never be a fraction, can never be a negative. Awesome. So therefore, you're going to say, therefore, 37 terms must be added. Must be added to equal 2146. In number patterns or everywhere, I just like to always give conclusions. Perfect. And that's it with that question, ladies and gentlemen. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and leave me some comment if you feel like I can improve something, or just tell me how this video helped you. Thank you very much. Don't forget that when you like the videos, they help other people as well. YouTube is going to show it to more people. And the more people are seeing it, the more I can help people. Thank you very much. Please do me that favor, ladies and gents. Okay, without wasting time, let's check the second question. So in the second question, let's highlight first the sum of the second and third terms of an arithmetic sequence is equals to 0. Okay, let's convert that statement into words. They say the sum of the second and the third term. So term 2 plus term 3, your answer will be 0. That's what they are saying there. Right. From here, I can see that, okay, T2 is basically negative T3. I just moved the T3 that side, which means the statement that they gave me there is these terms are equal but opposite are signs. So if T2 is 5, for example, T3 will be negative 5. Perfect. That is what that statement says there. Okay, and the sum of the first 36 terms. So the sum of the first 36 terms in the series is equals to that. Okay, so they give us the n to be 36. Then they say sum of the 36 terms. So Sn, I replace the n with 36, is equals to 152. Then they want me to find the first 3 terms in the series. So they want us to get T1, they want us to get T2, they want us to get T3. That is what the question is asking. There are 2 formulas that can become helpful here because they said it's arithmetic. So I'm going to use these formulas. A plus D n minus 1. That is the formula of the nth term or the general term. And then because they also spoke about the sum, I'm going to use the sum formula. All right. So that is that, let's see. So we're going to have 2a plus d n minus 1, then close bracket. I know that these formulas are going to be helpful in this case, right? Perfect. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. I am going to do this. Let's firstly substitute on the sum because we have some information there. So I know that S36 is 1152. So I'm going to say, okay, 1152 it's equals to, the n is 36 over 2, then in bracket 2a plus d in bracket, the n is 36, and then I minus 1. Now let's try to simplify this and leave it in the simplest form. So I'm going to have 1152. 36 divided by 2 is 18. So here we're going to have 18. In bracket, we're going to have 2a plus, if you check here, 36 minus 1 gives you 35. So basically we're going to have 35d. Right. Perfect. And then I need to remove this. Now you have two options here. You can multiply it inside, but I always want to, remember I'm trying to simplify. So I'm going to divide both sides by 18. And then 1152 divided by 18 should give you 64, which gives us 2a plus 35d. And then for now, I'll call this my equation 1. The reason why I'm having the idea of simultaneous equations is I have two unknowns. I have a and d, right, that I don't know. Okay, sure. But this information here can be helpful as well. Let's see how we can use that. Obviously, here they gave out the t's, so we're going to use it on the tn. Perfect. Remember, if I have the tn as a plus d n minus 1, right? Let's get what the first term is. The first term, remember, we know that it's a on this formula. A is always your first term. Let's get the second term. The second term here is basically this. Is going to be a plus d, you put 2 and n, you minus 1, which means term 2 is basically a plus d, because here you're going to have 2 minus 1, which gives you 1. 1 times d is just d. And then term 3, you're going to end up with a plus 2d. Why did I know that? Remember the difference, this d, it's what you are adding to get the next term. So if the first term is term 1, which is a, I'm going to say plus d to get the second term. That's why here I had a plus d. To get the third term, I'm going to add d here. So I'm going to have a plus d, which is a plus 2d. Right. And then I can substitute in this nice formula that we formulated when we're reading our question. I know that the second term, which is a plus d, is the same as the second term, which is a plus 2d. Right. And then let's check now. We are going to have a plus d equals to, don't forget to put a bracket there because the negative will affect everything. It's going to be minus a minus 2d, right? And then now I can do this. I can say, okay, I'm going to have a plus a equals to minus 2d minus d. You can see that I move the a that side, then I move the d that side. So the a becomes positive here, the d becomes negative there. So I have 2a equals to negative 3d. All right. So I can make a the subject of the formula by dividing by 2 both sides. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we can all see that our a is going to be negative 3d all over 2. And then I can take this guy and put him there because a equals to that guy. So I'm going to have 64. Okay, let's call this equation 2. No? Remember, we're going to say we need to substitute sub 2 into 1. So you're going to have 64. equals to 2. Then your A is minus 3D over 2. Then you have plus 35D. Right. Then, ladies and gents, I'm sure you can see that this 2 will cancel that one. So you have 64 equals to minus 3D plus 35D. Then what is that? You have 64 equals to 32D, because these are like terms. Minus 3 plus 35 gives you 32. Then you divide both sides by 32. Divide both sides by 32. Therefore, you can see that your D will be 2. Right. And then you are going to say, therefore, we're going to sub D into 2. Right. You're subbing D into 2. So we have A equals to minus 3 into bracket 2 over 2. This 2 cancels that one. Your A is negative 3. So once we have A and D, we are sorted. We can get our first 3 terms now. Remember, we said T1, which is the first term, equals to A. So the first term will be 3. We said the second term, it's A plus D. Right. Which means it's going to be negative 3 plus what? Plus, no, it's going to be positive 2, which is your, no, actually, it's going to be your A, which is, guys, what is our D actually? Let me just list them here, because it gets confusing. So our A is negative 3, our D is 2, okay? So the second term is A plus D, so I have to add those things together. Minus 3 plus 2, which gives me negative 1. Then the third term, it was minus A plus 2D. So it's it was A plus 2D, so it's going to be minus 3 plus 2, and then our D is 2, which is positive 1. And that is true. We know that the second term and the third term, when they're added together, they must give you 0. Negative 1 plus 1 gives you 0. So you know you are fine. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and recommend this channel to your friends, family, and anybody that you think can benefit from this. Thank you very much. Keep on having fun. Aluta continua. Tango.